Welcome to The Performance Code, the official podcast of PCodeNation.com and the Performance Code community. Tune in each week as top performers and fitness experts share their tactics and strategies to get you on the fast track to achieving maximum results. And now, your host, Justin Scollard.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Justin Scollard, Performance Code Podcast. You're listening to episode number 11. Time is flying. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. You got a lot of choices out there when it comes to your fitness listening pleasure, and I'm really grateful to have you here with me for this short, intense, sweet, to the point episode. We're going to talk about 3 fitness hacks for busy people. Because, guys, I've heard it so many times. The reality is that it doesn't need to be this epic 90-minute workout that you see on TV, that you read about movie stars doing to get ready for a film. That's crazy, and that's really unsustainable for a lot of people, and I think it dissuades a lot of us from even getting started because we think that it's either that or nothing, when the reality is that 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day, 5 or 6 days a week, you are going to be ahead of the game. It's about quality over quantity. It's about making sure that you're consistent most of all. I mean, you get yourself a good 10, 15 minute sweat every day. That's health, man. That's healthy. And sure, could you do more? Would a 30-minute workout or an hour where you could warm up, you could do some strength training, you could do a conditioning portion, and then you could do a mobility session? Of course, that would be better. But it doesn't have to be either that or nothing, right? So what I want to share with you guys today is just a few simple steps anyone can do to just elevate their level of fitness by 10%, 15%. Just take it up a notch. Don't get stuck in the, if I can't do an epic workout, then I'm just not going to work out at all. Because that's kind of bullshit and it's kind of a cop-out. Before we get started, though, guys, head on over PCodeNation.com. The free strength and conditioning course, which I've now called the Lean Muscle Course, is still in action. It's not too late. Hop over there. While you're there, if you want to, you can book that free call with yours truly. I'm here. I got a decent amount of time scheduled for these free calls. Probably won't last for too much longer, but while I'm still offering it, you guys might as well take advantage of it. Hop on a call. We'll chat. 30 minutes. It's just a coaching call. It's not a sales call. It's just for me to hear where you're at and see if I can help. You got some mobility issues. You got some diet questions. You need some training advice. Maybe you're stuck in a rut. Some lifestyle choices. Whatever it is, book a call. We'll figure it out. I'm sure I've seen it before. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get started. So number 1 of our 3 workout hacks for busy people, keep it simple. Less is more. Like I was saying in the beginning, it doesn't need to be a huge thing. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and say if you're one of those people who think they're too busy to train, then I'm going to limit you to 1, 2, maybe 3 movements per workout, period. Maybe all you're going to do today is 100 push-ups, and that's it. Maybe tomorrow it's 100 squats and 100 sit-ups, for example. You get where I'm going with this. It's simple. It's effective. It's something that's going to challenge your muscles. It's going to get your heart rate up. It's going to get a sweat broken. And if we're looking at 0 to 1, that is a huge improvement from nothing, right? So if we were to expand on what we could do with 3 movements, there's a list potential of possible workout modalities and rep ranges that we could play with. I mean, let's just say we took the squat, push-up, and sit-up, for example, okay? 3 very basic movements. You're hitting almost all the muscle groups in the body. So maybe one day you're going to do 100 squats, 100 push-ups, and 100 sit-ups. Okay, that's your workout. Done. 10 minutes. You rest a day, the next day you come back, and I'm just talking with these 3 movements. Obviously, we're going to want to incorporate more into our routine than that, but I'm just trying to give you guys an example of how creative you can be, which is a very limited amount of movement variety. So maybe the next time you have a AMRAP, where you're going to do 10 minutes, as many rounds as possible, aka AMRAP, of 15 push-ups, 20 squats, and 25 sit-ups. And so just for 10 minutes, you're just going to cycle through. Same movements, but now that we're circuiting it, it's a whole different metabolic experience going on in your system. So you see how with very limited movements and very limited equipment, you can actually create an endless amount of short, to the point, 10, 15-minute workouts around very basic stuff. What I'd recommend is let's take a step further and go ahead. If you know that you're a super busy person and you're just not going to get to the gym and that's just not going to happen, splurge, spend the $50, buy some dumbbells on Amazon, get some bands, some resistance bands, get a mat, and now you've just opened up a plethora of options as far as what you can do with a very limited amount of equipment. You can make a ton of workout variety in your routine and just cap it. Give yourself like a 10 or 15 minute time cap on each one of these, which brings me to tip number 2, use a timer. I am a timer whore. I love my clock. At the gym that I train at, I always have a clock on me. To me, a clock is like my trainer because like I was talking about earlier, if you're doing an AMRAP, what we like to do, we call them EMOMs. Those are every minute on the minute. Those are a wonderful modality as well. There's just something psychologically motivating about that clock on you. Like it feels like you're competing with yourself and you don't want to let yourself down. If you know that on that minute I need to start another set of 10 burpees, for example, you're going to do it, right? Your better self is going to kick in and you're going to drop down and do those burpees no matter how tired you are. Where if there's not a clock on you and you're just kind of winging it, chances are you're just not going to bring the intensity level that you need in order to make the most out of your short 10 or 15 minute at home workout or in the gym or wherever you end up training. But the point is, get a clock on you. It is perfect for scheduling. You know exactly how long your workout's going to be. So if I say, okay, I'm scheduling 20 minutes, 5 minutes is going to go just mobilizing, warming up, jumping jacks, whatever, getting my blood flowing. And then I'm going to do a 15-minute workout. And maybe that 15 minutes is 3 movements. So maybe I have a pair of dumbbells. So I'm going to do 10 thrusters on minute 1. Minute 2, I'm going to do 10 burpees. And then minute 3, I'm going to do 15 jump lunges, for example. So now I've got 3 movements. I'm doing an EMOM, so it's every minute on the minute. Minute 1, thrusters. Minute 2, burpees. Minute 3, jump lunges. And I'm going to repeat that for 5 rounds. And if I have a clock on me, I know that's exactly 15 minutes. And so I can time it perfectly where I know how long it's going to take me. I'm going to get a full body, incredibly effective workout done in a very, very short period of time. And it keeps the intensity up. I mean, like I was saying, when you have that clock on you, you will go when that buzzer goes off and the minute turns over to the next and it's your time to go. Like you will push it if you're doing a workout we call an AMRAP, and it's as many rounds as possible in 10 minutes. If on minute 9 you could potentially squeeze one more set out, chances are you're probably going to do it because that clock's ticking down. And if you're anything like me, you just won't be able to live with yourself if you pooped out a minute early when you could have just pushed a little bit harder and got it done. You're never going to regret pushing it a little bit harder towards the end. When we train for intensity as opposed to duration, which really what we're talking about here is work capacity. So in other words, if I can do in 10 minutes what somebody else takes an hour in the gym kind of moseying around to do, well, I've worked harder and therefore I am more fit. And I think there's something about using a timer, using a clock that just fosters and spurs and encourages intensity over duration. And it really kind of lets you know how far you can take a workout in a very short period of time. So in short on that one, guys, I'm a huge fan of using a timer. I always have a clock on me, whether I'm strength training, whether I'm doing conditioning, even if I'm mobilizing and I need to foam roll my lats out, I will have a clock on me for 2 minutes because in my head, after 30 seconds, I'm going, okay, I'm done, good enough. Then I look over the clock and I'm like, oh no, I still have a minute and a half to foam roll this muscle out before I'm done. So it just helps me manage my fitness essentially. And then 3, guys, step number 3, workout hack number 3, get it done earlier in the day. In general, what I've found working with my clientele and working with the members at StrengthRx and just people that I talk to, you're busy. That's why this podcast is probably going to be appealing to you because you have a tight schedule. I'm willing to bet you know what time of the day you're going to start work, but you may not always know when you're going to finish work. So you know that work doesn't start until 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. But it may bleed out until 6, 7, 8 p.m. You really don't know because last minute emails, maybe you're working with people in different time zones. I mean, deadlines popping up, last minute emergencies. The list goes on of reasons why you just don't know when you're going to be done with work, but you generally speaking know when you're going to start. So that's why, as hard as it is to not hit that snooze or to make your ass get up 30 minutes earlier in the day, if it's between that or not working out at all, the answer is pretty clear. Just get it done earlier in the day. Set yourself up for success. Plan ahead. Prepare for what it's going to be like. Have the game plan before you even go to bed so that in the morning you can wake up. Get right to it. Pull the bands out, pull the dumbbells out, warm yourself up for a few minutes and just pick a couple of movements, set the timer, keep it simple, and just knock it out. I guarantee you will not regret doing that. It's hard to start, but that's why we do it. We don't do it because it's easy. We do it because it's hard. If it was easy, everyone would do it and no one would care. So also another thing about pushing it off to the last minute, guys, is you're probably just going to be tired. I mean, even if nothing else happened, even if no email came in and there was no emergency, I mean, if you wait until the end of your day, 6, 7 o'clock at night, shit, you might just be too tired and say, screw it. In the morning, you're going to be groggy from waking up, but you can probably rally and pull it together. So there you have it, guys. Those are my 3 workout hacks for busy people. I'm going to just do a quick recap. We got number 1, keep it simple. Less is more. No more than 3 movements in any circuit. Squats, push-ups, sit-ups, jumping jacks, runs, burpees, buy some dumbbells, get some bands, get a mat for yourself. Set yourself up for success. Keep it simple. Number 2, use a timer. Perfect for scheduling. It keeps up the intensity. It keeps you organized. It increases your work capacity and it encourages intensity over duration, which is how we get results. And then last but not least, guys, number 3, get it done early. Don't wait till the end of the day. You will be too tired. You will get that email. You will be stuck in traffic. You will have an emergency. Something will happen that will throw you off. I've seen this happen for 13 years, guys. Trust me. If you can do it in the morning, do it in the morning or at least as early as possible in the day. Don't wait until you're tired, hungry, ornery, you name it, before you want to try to get your workout in. It's just probably not going to work out well. There you have it, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Head on over to pcodenation.com. Get yourself in that free lean muscle course. Read some blogs. Huge resource for you over there, guys. All right. I'll talk to you all next week. This is Justin Schollard, over and out.
Thanks so much for listening to The Performance Code, the official podcast of pcodenation.com with your host, Justin Schollard, online at pcodenation.com. We'll catch you next time.